Hey Aqua, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning into your mid-May bonus reading. This reading can be for Aqua, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, having a look to see what's coming up for you in love. So really do appreciate you joining the channel. Please feel free to subscribe if you enjoy the content and hit the bell notification button to receive updates on any themed or bonus readings coming to the channel. Otherwise, let's have a look and see, Aqua, what's coming up for you in regards to love around this mid-May period. Okay. There's a lot of things that are happening around you that are one-sided here, Aqua. I don't know if this is you putting in more effort than another person, but you're going to see a line drawn in the sand potentially around this mid-May period. It could also be that, the King of Wands really comes on strong. So I feel like there might be someone who's really coming on strong in mid-May. They might be pressuring you to do something. They might be quickening the pace of the relationship. They might be asking something from you. Maybe they want to move fairly quickly. Or like I said, there's an element of pressure. But I think with the Six of Pentacles, there is something it's almost like it's a little bit forceful, or something is being forced here, Aqua. And I feel like it's going to leave you a little bit disoriented here with the Seven of Cups, almost like you're questioning things. Now, there's two earth cards here. You have water, you have fire. So there's no specific sign that has come up for you during this mid-May period. If I have to extract any, with the six of the scales could be Libra, but that's all about a union here. But the Six of Pentacles is about generosity, so it is about giving something. I feel in a way you're giving away a part of yourself that you don't really want to, Aqua. I think in some ways you're exercising a little bit of restraint, or you're holding back. I don't know why, okay? I don't know if it's fear. I don't know if you don't really want to put yourself in a place of being helpless. In a place where you're more submissive. I don't know if these sorts of things are sort of what are putting you off a little bit, but there is something holding you back, Aqua. So if there's a reason why you're being held back, it's possibly because someone is coming on too strong, and maybe you're not very certain about how you feel with the Seven of Cups. There's still potentially someone else you're thinking about, I think. The Queen of Pentacles can represent a stable relationship, so some of you might have someone else. And the reason I say that is because the King looks to the Queen, but the King is behind her. The Queen is like concentrating on her pentacle here, so it's almost like someone has got their eyes set on you, and they may be willing to offer you a lot, or they may be already offering you these things, Aqua. But I think there's something else you're very drawn to or distracted, and it may not necessarily be this person that's coming up quite strongly. The King of Wands, I feel like he's a ready figure. He's like readily available. So I don't know if someone is too available for you, Aqua, and it's sort of putting you off. And look, you need the challenge, you need the chase, you need a little bit of cat and mouse, okay? It's just in your nature. It's what excites you. And maybe this person isn't giving you that excitement. Maybe that's really where you're unsure about where you sit with your feelings with them. Of course, that's not going to be for everyone, and for some of you, you are in a stable, committed relationship with the Queen of Pentacles, but there might be a little bit of imbalance or a lot of giving, but it's giving and taking. The act of giving and taking is happening in this card. That sort of transaction is happening, so it's give and take. So there's some sort of imbalance because in the mid-May period, you may notice that either you or someone you're connected to is taking, or taking too much, or you're giving too much. I mean, it could be that as well. Balance, I think, is very important, okay? Balance between the both of you. But if you can't find that balance, Aqua, then maybe this person isn't for you. I mean, I see you second guessing yourself. I do. Like I said, the Queen of Pentacles is happily here doing her own thing. The King of Wands is quite different to her approach, and these are courtly characters, and they're coming up with very different attitudes towards the relationship, towards the connection. And it really just depends who you're identifying as in this mid-May period, Aqua. If you are the Queen of Pentacles, or if you're coming up as that King of Wands. Now, there's possibly some begging and pleading happening here, Aqua. Possibly someone begging you to take them back. You could be the one begging and pleading to meet with someone to plead your case. Or it's like you need to reconnect with someone because you need to see how you feel. So I think for some of you what's coming up is that there is a new connection, or there is a relationship you're in or involved, someone you're involved with, but there's someone else that's on your mind. And this would indicate that one-sidedness, that maybe that person is more invested than you are, okay, or vice versa. If that's not the case, I feel it could be like things with pacing or pressure. And, you know, sometimes that Seven of Cups is seen as a bit of unrealistic fantasies or tendencies. I mean, it's things that haven't happened yet, things that sort of you're thinking about, okay? And this is why I feel like your thoughts are trailing off. Look, maybe it's not about another person. Maybe it's about the person you're with and they have your complete and undivided attention and you're just fantasizing about what's coming up. But I think they might say or do something that's going to make you fantasize about them in this sort of way. So they may say something that's going to trigger these sorts of emotions and thoughts into the future somehow, Aqua. And I don't think this is a bad thing. No, I feel, in fact, if this person has you enough to consume your mind and really activate imagination and visualization, I mean, that's saying something here, Aqua. That's saying something. And maybe you don't think you really care or you're really that invested, but I think you are more invested than you think you are. But look, there could be someone coming up around you and pleading, okay, wanting to be with you. And, you know, it almost like he's dropping breadcrumbs here. So I don't know if there's someone breadcrumbing, if there's someone, but sort of you keeping them on a leash. Not a leash. You keeping them at an arm's length, but like you're still maintaining contact just enough to let them know they're still in your thoughts or you still want them around in the future. It's sort of like a letting them down gently action. And if it's not you, there could be someone sort of breadcrumbing you, okay? They could be making, you know, sort of being in the position of holding more power and making you fantasize about them, but again, not being readily accessible. And maybe this is you as the King of Wands that's like, oh, perked up, this person has your interest. And like I said, you need that chase, you need that cat and mouse, and maybe someone is playing that and they're playing it all too well, Aqua. And this is you, you're perked up, you've got your eye on the prize, you know, attention is here. And then this other person is like, oh, yes, you can watch me do my thing, here I am. You know, this is what I have going for me. I'm sort of going to show you interest, but I'm sort of going to back down and play it cool. And I don't think the Queen of Pentacles means that in a bad way. I mean, for some of you, it may be someone that is just trying to manipulate you and get your interest in something. But I think there's someone playing a bit of a game here, a bit of cat and mouse game. And I think you're kind of hooked, Aqua. I think you're actually enjoying this more than you thought you would. But it's interesting to see that line drawn in the sand, which I think you will. It's also karmic energy, the laws of the universe. You know, everything always finds a way to balance itself out here. So major karma at play for some of you. But I do think that's what's coming up potentially around you during this mid-May period. But obviously each situation is going to be very, very different. Each relationship and each connection is very different. So maybe there's something here that resonates. Maybe there's only bits and pieces. Or maybe there's nothing here that really makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense now. Maybe it will in the future. So, I mean, time will tell, but I do hope you have enjoyed this reading, Aqua. Thanks again so much for tuning in, and we shall be in touch very, very soon. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you in advance, and bye for now.